Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of SPFBO News. For those who are new to the self-published fantasy blog off, welcome, whether you're here as a reader, as a judge, as a participant, or a hopeful participant in the 2024 self-published fantasy blog off. I am so excited because late yesterday afternoon, we got to see the preliminary list of the first 300 people who were accepted into SPFBO this year. So just a little backstory, and then we're going to actually scroll through that list on the official site together, and you can see who made it. My name is Katherine. I am a author. I was a participant in SPFBO 9, and I am in no way affiliated with SPFBO and Mark and the team other than being a participant and loving passing on the word about the contest. So last year I tried to do SPFBO News weekly. I've been doing them almost daily this week. So this is our time to celebrate this huge indie competition for fantasy books that are judged by 10 bloggers. These 300 books were chosen at random from a pool of 590 something books that were submitted in a 24-hour period to SPFBO, and they were selected at random. Now, this is the preliminary list as it appears on Mark's site on Sunday, May 12th, 2024. You should note that preliminary means at this point these were the randomly selected books. However, this is not the end of hope. If you do not see your name or your book on this list that I'm about to scroll through, keep in mind that they are still vetting which of these books are going to qualify, and the blogs you're assigned to, if you are on the list, are subject to change, because if you have a friendship with one of the judges on the blogging team you're assigned to, your book could be moved to another blog, just to keep things objective. And all of that is spelled out here on the post. With that, let's get to what we're all waiting for. We want to see who's on the list, whose blog they're in. If you are looking for this list yourself, the link is in the description box on YouTube, and here it is on the screen for those of you who are watching on Twitter. This is not the main SPFBO homepage. As you can see, Mark actually links to it and says visit the homepage for all the background. This is the Phase 1 post. There's a breakdown that I'm not going to go into here on some of the demographics for people who entered, people with audiobooks and without audiobooks and things like that, in case you're interested in that. But let's start with Fantasy Faction. Oh my goodness, there are some big names this year, some great books this year, and some great underrated books this year. I was scrolling through the list and I've read some of these already. I'll make a separate video for next week on which ones I've read and loved that you should add to your TBRs if you're following along. But Fantasy Faction is up first. Right now, as of Sunday, May 12th, Fantasy Faction has been assigned Kay Melody's If the Walls Fall, Shelby Elizabeth's Lady of Dragons, Justin Doyle's Embargo on Hope, Louise Holland's Spark of the Divine, Hiyodori's The Forest at the Heart of Her Mage, Diana Gunn's Moonshadow's Guardian, C.S. Doraga's Defy, Julia V's Stakes and Bones, Miriam Yvette's Seeds of the Fallen, Stephen Harrington's The Youngling, M.J. Lindemann's The Will of the World, Adam Gaffin's The Book of One, Patrick Duggan's The Ashen Orb Bounty, Astrid V.J.'s The Apprentice Storyteller, Sam Paisley's The Winds of Change, A.M. Caldwell's The White Mask Society, Y.R. Liu's Hollowed, T.V. Schmid's and R. Wade Hodges' Beyond the Burning Sea, Stephanie Chu's Knights of the Alliance, Samantha Shea's The Fall of Ahelon, Rachel Ford's Bone Traders, Natalie Northwood's After Silence, Paolo Denise's Path of the Guardian, Armanis Arfiniel's The Plagued Elf, Jason P. Crawford's Dragon Princess, A.K. Caggiano's Throne in the Dark, Aaron Grunke's King's Imitation, Bree Everhart's Strangers in Our Heads, Kit Campbell's Hidden Worlds, and Ivor K. Hill's The First Scars. So we're going to do huge celebration for the people who made it in on the Fantasy Faction blog. I'm going to catch up with chats. We're doing this live, so celebrate with me. If you see your book, if you see books you've read, if you see friends' books, call them out. I'll pull them up on the screen. Hey, Steve! Yay! Good to see you on. Yes, so hyped. I have been posting who the judges were this week, posted a little bit about the entry this week. Next week, we have 2 panels of SPFBO 9 bloggers coming on to chat, or SPFBO 9 bloggers, SPFBO 9 finalists coming to chat. Let me clarify, not bloggers. So very excited to bring back the SPFBO news. Yes, Luna, raising a glass to everybody who made it in. Let's move on. The next blog, as you can see on the screen, is Fantasy Book Critic. Assigned to Fantasy Book Critic as of May 12th is Loretta Hignet's Susan, You're the Chosen One, Claire Trella Hill's Black and Deep Desires, Shannon Knight's Wish Givers, Dr. S.K. Berkman's Wings and Wounds, Kat Kinney's Light My Pyre, R. Litvin's The Lost Noble, Isa Medina's Good Bad Witch, Noreen Dorman and Toby Bennett's The Serpent's Quest, Jan Foster's Destiny Awaiting, Kara N. Delaney's Tomb of Heart and Shadow, S.J. Styles' The Song of Thisia, Ian Haramaki's Mercy, Adrian M. Gibson's Mushroom Blues, Tara Torres' Soul Taming the Serpent, Nia Quinn's Sigils and Sushi, Ella Walker Henderson's Of Wind and Lightning, Jock D. Hawkins' To Dance with Dragons, Karen Lucia's Landbringer, Christopher Klauser's The Unspoken Truths of Case Miro, Alex Shipper's Woe to the Stargazers, William I. Zard's Metamancer, John Champagne's Dimensional Traveler, Sierra Hartford's The House of Starling, Casey Smith's The Cursed Soul, D.C. Guevara's A Vermilion Curse, M. Varant's Miss Bennett's Dragon, A.G. Serna's Spectral, Freddie A. Clark's Umbra Tales of a Shadow, E.V. Belknap's The Tenfold Tenants, and Devin Thorpe's Bloodlust. So we're 2 blogs in, 60 participants in right now. Yes, hey Joseph! So excited. My book is being reviewed by the Fantasy Book Critic team under my pen name AJ. Congratulations! So excited for you. Going to have to have that earworm in my head all day now. Light My Pyre. Yes. I feel like we need some songs for some of these titles. Yes, congrats all around. Raising a glass so far on the first 62 blogs in. Let's head on down to who made it into Lynn's books and the Critiquing Chemists as of today. We have Terry Bartley's Tyranny of the Fae, Arista Holmes' Changeling, Brian Gardner's Algan's Treasure, Search for the Runes, Cyril N. Dumas's Fortitude's Prize, Cynthia Queen's Tabby Swain, S.K. Kelly's Sidetracked, Delaney Green, Gem, A Girl of London, R.M. Schultz, Through Blood and Dragons, Michelle Manis, A Song to Wake 1,000 Sorrows, A. Trey McCacken, The Crippled King, Simon Sugar's The Windwalker, E.K. Francis's The Hybrid, Steve Hugh Westenra, here you are, Steve, the erstwhile Tyler Kyle, Will Chan's Under an Azure Sky, Emily Huffman's Rise of the Forge Hearts, Anna J. Worthy's Facing Shadows, Ben Schenkman, My Boss is the Devil, Katie Morgan's Dark Empathy, Talib Razi's The Enchanter's Council, Rachel Aaron's By a Silver Thread, J.E. Claprod, Messengers of Ilbor, Celine, Jean. I don't know if it's a typo or not. Sorry, Celine. If you're watching, you can correct me and I'll fix it for the next live. Touched by Magic. A.E. Ingalls, Darkness of the Northern Sky. David Musk's The Lost Redeemer. C.R. Collins, Woodspell. Natalie Kelda's Under Far Galaxian Skies. N.P. Thompson's River of Crows. And Shannon Holly's The Door to Trellesk. Excuse me. All right, there we go. So here we go. Got another blog in. That's 3 blogs in. That's about 90 books. Got another one we're going to jump right in next, catching up with the comments. Yes, congrats everybody so far. Yes, Steve, that's you. Congrats all around. Celebrating. The Weatherwax Report. This is from a fellow booktuber, Esme Weatherwax. And this year, Esme has a partner coming back, I believe. So we have Noor Al-Shanti's Isari of the Wild Isles. Sen O'Boyle, The Ballad of Spreeket the Bard and Company. Christian Warren Freed, The Children of Never. Stephen D. Nichol, The Treachery of Ravens. Victoria Clapton's Lurid Lantern. Dave Dobson's The Glorious and Epic Tale of Lady Isovar. Mitchell Hill, The Awakening. K.D. Tabith, Checkmate. Gina S. Bazar's Crimson Spellscape. Phil Williams' However Many Must Die. D.B. Rook's Callous and Crow. Mary Stevenson Stew's Cascade of Sparks. My Splitting Dawn book. R.M. Krogman's Liberation. J.P.S. Marinho's Black Dot White. Cordia Pearson's Iridesce. Alexandra Rune's The Autumn Apprentice. Camilla Vavrouk, The Lost Wings. Chris Gallum, The Light Must Hold. Mark R. Michiola, Blood of the Hunted. Yuxiao Chen, Legend of Albert Kahn. Danielle Paquette Harvey's Cursed King. J.A. Andrews' Runelight. N.J. Alexander's Fogbound. William Lehione's City of Rain. Claudia Klein's The Air. Elizabeth Schechter's Council of the Wicked. John L. Simmons Jr.'s The Saga of Bjorn Unfrid. E.M. Zolotar's Severed Legacy. And Sandel Wall's Rumor of Thorns. That is all in the Weatherwax Report. Yes, Callous and Crow looks so good. I was sort of nervous. As I said, my book is in this lot, and I know that there's a lot of great titles in here. So, yeah, we've got J.A. Andrews on here, and I was stunned to be there with them. Hey, Jenna, good to have you. Yes, lots of great books. What I love about SPFBO is the community element, of course, but the best thing about it is to know that you're competing with some amazing books. Because if you're going to go down in a writing contest, you want to go down knowing you went down to some awesome books, right? So I am super humbled and excited to be a part of the Weatherwax group so far. Seeing if anything changes after today. All right, now let's get into who is in the Before We Go blog as of Sunday, May 12th. We have Robert Day's Demon Gates. J.E. Hannaford's Gates of Hope. Dom Sebasti's Clism Games, Dark Seeds. We have Michael Mikkel's Way of the Wizard. Raleigh Markovsky Falcone's Fragments of Skyone. Raleigh, I already did that one, sorry. Amy Kuzensky's Seeds of Inheritance. Isom Ash's Tears of an Indifferent God. William C. Tracy's Fruits of the Gods. Henrik Sater's Queen's Quest. Scott Warren's Oathbreakers Anonymous. Andrew D. Meredith's Quaint Creatures, Magical and Mundane. Stephen Howard's Beyond Misty Mountain, Eric R. Asher's Steamborn, Yvette Bostick's Hear My Call, Josh Wright's Here There Be Monsters, Tessa Hess-Jarjanto, Undine's Blessing, Jasmine K. Swinburne's Princess of the Broken, Jay Rakusin, The Bones of Prophecy, Kareem Salomon, The Warrior's Path, T.L. Rolston's Legacy's Pride, David Hopkins' The Dryad's Crown, Tam Tronin's Elemental, M.D. Presley's Rites of Passage, Astar Eteller, Them Old Bones, D. Hale Rambo's Between the Lines, Becca Lee Gardner's World Breaker, Jeline Dolbear's Splintered Magic, Emmanuel Akeo's A Night of the Burntmen, Bella Dunn's The Dreams Thief, and Vela Dinar and Micah and Andrea's Breaker of Fates. What a strong blog right there. So hype. Yes, Tessa and Kareem are in. Really strong blog. A lot of good books. Very, very sorry for the judges of that blog right now. Oh, having to pick. Moving on to Queen's Book Asylum. We have Marilyn Peake's They Left Magic in Their Wake, Haley Reese Chow's The Gatekeeper of Horatio, Kyrie Wang's The Thief's Keeper, Craig Montgomery's A Circle of Stars, Casey Woodruff's Dawn of the Darkest Day, Kate Baumer's The Faithful Dark, Alexa Graves' Dead as Dreams, J.R. Manga's Mother of the Fallen, Jack Long's Dongo, Jordan Loyal Short's City in the Dragon's Eye, M. Daniel McDowell's Bringer of the Scourge, M. Zacharik's Imago, a Dystopian Gothic, M. Anthony Harris's Echoes of Memory, Joanne Marie Verba's Secrets of the Sorcerers, G. J. Terrell, Bloodwoven, T. J. Mayhew, The Call of the Valkyries, Scarlett Strange's Chosen, Charlene Healy's Of Shadows and Death, E.G. Tudor's Where Fate Whispers, Caden Love's Elegy of a Fragmented Vineyard. That's a brand new book that came out this year, I believe. Jokun Baldwin, Wolf of Withervale, Katie Cooper's Silverskin, Cooper Ward's Glory to the Waxing Sun, L. Ryan Storm's Temper the Dark, Stephanie Combs and Valerie Rivers' The Stars Would Curse Us, S.C. Eston's The Stranger of U.I. Dirac, or Older. I think it's old. Sorry, S.C. Noelle Trevor's Trial of the Berserker, Amanda Adams' Mirwif, The Mermaid Witch, Jana Ruth's Ghosts of the Catacombs, and Rashani Lumano, Heir of Ember and Fire. I know almost no one in the contest this year, which is really cool. I know way less this year. So last year I walked in and I was like, I'm going to try to read all the SPFBO books, right? And I'd already read 82 of the 300. And this year I walked through and I know a lot less, but I'm still going to do a video about the ones I have already read just later on in the week. Yes. Got friends in the group, Tessa, Kareem. Awesome. Okay. Now we're getting down into our booktubers who are also judging. Some of them also have blogs. We're going to start with the renowned Philip Chase. Right now, Philip has assigned to his blog Thomas Perkins' Surviving Westcliff, Karen McCompastein's The Handwarmers of Immortality, Dom Watson's Smoker on the Porch, Melissa Widmeyer's The Wind at Oak Hollow, Jer Patch's The Warhog Paladins, Haley Price's The Vermilion Ribbon, S.M. Raji's Flight of an Orphan Thief, J. Rowland's Shadow of the Soul Blade, Antanos Sparabum's City of the Seventh Moon, Timothy J.R. Raines' The Torn Veil, Dewey Conway and Bill Adams' The Tenacious Tale of Tana the Tendersword, Dennis James's Tobias, Laura Huey's The Sunset Sovereign, A Dragon's Memoir. And Laura, I know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry if you're watching. Alex S. Bradshaw's Trollgrave, C.V. Vobes' The Yawning Gap, D.G. Roberts' Embers of Dusk, Isaac Hill's The Dragon Legion, Linda N's When Shadows Fall, Ladd's The Fealty of Monsters, B.P. McCoppin's Record of the Paladins, Book of Oliver, Hannah Steenbach's South Breaks, M.A. Brown, The Songs That Beckon, Shoshana Rain, The Desert Heiress, Alex Breeze, The High Seer, Steve McKinnon's The Order of the Shadow Dragon, Nikki McCormick, Child of Vanris, Shanna Swindon's Tea and Empathy, Chelsea Ann Tompkins' A Conduit of Light, L. McInerney, Soul Stealer, F. Malbec's Five Lords of Dusk, and Taro, yes. Okay, we're down to Covers with Cassidy, and this is the last of the bloggers who has judged in the past, I believe, and then we have 2 new bloggers for SPFBOX, and we're going to get to theirs as well. Covers with Cassidy this year has, right now, Nicola Steffens' A Strange Bunch, Alex Evans' A Witch's Guide to Business, Susanna Roundtree, Tall and Dark, Corinne Norton's Blood of the Stars, Aaron Renfro's Father of Constructs, Calenthe Colt's Goddess Found, Flossin Dune's Courier Quest, Gregory Amato's Burden to Bear, S.F. Henne's The Last Lunar Witch, Sebastian Nothwell's Oak King, Holly King, J.L. Doty's Dreadchild, Jeff Walker's The Burning Fire Rises, J.A. Garza's The Blood of Houses, Sam Weiss's The Afterlife Experiment, Ian V. Conray's Helen's Ballad, Ash Fitzsimmons' A Rose Among Thorns, Samuel Gately' Rematch of the Titans, W.B. Biggs's Stone Cold Alibi, John A. Douglas's The Black Crown, Marina Finlayson's Magic on the Cards, Mandy Odell's Fire of Caprica, Seth Hobbs's Millennium of the Ocean Serpent, C.S. Churton's Moonbitten, Ian March and Christopher Warren's A Contract in Sulphorn, B.L. Brown's Ritual Income, M.V. Prindle's The Outer Darkness, K.R. Gangi's The Oathsworn Legacy, Damian Larkin's Lizard Skin and Sharpened Steel, Jen Windrow's Evil's Unlikely Assassin, and Shanti Leonard's Odd and Ed. Congrats everybody who's made it into Covers with Cassidy. Down to the last 2 blogs. Woo! And I just realized, I don't know if this is anybody's first time hearing the list, the preliminary first list, but if so, let me know in the comments because this is really exciting. All right, Kitty G Books. We have J.E. Payne's A Bastard's Birthright, Kyle Johnson's Blood Runs True, Danny Finn's Wings So Soft, Lisa Kutsnak's The Highwayman Kennedy Thornwick, B.A. Turner's Of Blood and Stone, Albert T. Franklin's Searching for Zen, A Tale of Divine Destiny, B.C. Rico's What the Echoes Say, David Hankins' Death and the Taxman, Bonnie Jacoby's Dreams of a Dragon Girl, Kay Agard's The Hunter, D. Moonfire's Flight of the Scions, De Les Taos, A Cursed Son, Paul Sating's Thornbane the Lost, Elise Thompson's Poisoned Empire, S.L. Rowland's Cursed Cocktails, S. Jean's Born of Scourge, Michael Procopio's Red Flags, R.W. Hertz, Demon's Vow, C.L. Jarvis Dark's City Rising, Nicolin Odell, The Shepherds of the Sunstone, H. Miller's Tower of Dogs, J.R. Rainville's Sneak Thief, Stephanie Gillis's The Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, Jen Lessman's Unmagical, Melissa Stone's Whisper for Eternity, Ashley Cape's A Drifting Sun, Jasmine Young's A Breaking of Realms, Diana Priyanka and Chowdhury's Infinite Rise of a Rebel, A.J. Ponder's Into Fairland, and Walt S. Williams' Thorns. Now, Kitty G does have some books that they have reviewed on their YouTube in the past. So if you're not familiar with them, even though they haven't necessarily, I don't think, done SPFBO in the past, you can still catch sort of their preferences on books and reviews. I've linked them in the list of judges video that I did a couple days ago that's on my YouTube channel on the top SPFBO playlist. Yeah, I read the list, but it hits different hearing it out loud. Absolutely. Yay, Melissa. Congratulations. Day. So happy that you got in. Congrats. Excited to see Kitty G. I watched her channel before I entered SPFBO last year. That's awesome. So yes, welcome, Kitty, if you're watching. Okay, get on to the last one. I know everybody's waiting. Captured in Words. This is another one that I've linked in my judges blog for anybody who would like to check out their prior reviews. We have Timo Burnham's Dawn of the Black Sun, Anthony Halligan's The Best of Us is the Last of Us, Angelica Russ, My Name is Not Alice, B.N. Reels, A Curse Within the Waves, Sori Errol Cooper's Cold Steel, J.L. Odom's By Blood, By Salt, Thomas J. Prestopnik's Gabriel's Journey, R.C. Ballad's A Song for Octavian, Karen Nagel's Guarding Gus, Bojan Bilos' Forged by Pain, Signe Hart, The Kiss of the Sky, Viljami L's Gluttony, Jonathan Weiss's Molten Flux, C. Litka's Sailing to Redoubt, Susanna Imogen Rio's Obley, Rebecca Enzor's Speak the Ocean, Z.S. Diamante's Stone and Sky, Nicole Brona's Obsidian Murders, Autumn Coffer's Kingdom of Forgotten Curses, Deborah Makarios's Ambient Soul, Barbara Cottrell's Darkness Below, Melinda O'Donnell's The Eightfold Layers of Zelinthia, Demetria Maltinos's Creatures of the Malignant Thicket, Tom Elliott's The Grand Game, Katrine Butch Mortenson's The Spark, Vanessa Ricci Thode's The Young Necromancer's Guide to Ghosts, Blake and Raven Penn's Dragon Thief, Raina Nightingale's Kindred of the Sea, Jeffrey A. Smith's Choma's Fated, and J.L. Anderson's Dual Fires. So congratulations. Huge round of applause around the board. Before everybody jumps and runs, now that you've heard the full list, I will be coming back with SPFBO news as more unfolds. This is not going to be the final list. This is also not likely going to be the final placement of every book in the list, although it's very close. So what happens, as I said earlier, for those who join now, that the preliminary list is out, Mark and the team will go through the selected 300 books. They will make sure they all meet the rules and requirements. If they do, They will also make sure that nobody on the judging blog team is friends with the author before deciding for sure where it's going to end up. If they determine that someone in their list is a friend of theirs, they can move them to another blog, which means you could be switched for them. So I would hold out on being like, this is exactly who I'm going to be with right now. And also, if you didn't make it in, don't give up hope yet, because they will be pulling books from the list that were not selected to replace ones that didn't match the rules. I think there were a few last year. So for the most part, while most people follow the rules very closely, there's still a slight chance. So don't give up. Come back. Once the list is formalized and final, I will put together a nice pretty one with all the covers for you guys and put it here on the channel so you can come back and see what the finalists are and where the final blogs landed. So congratulations to everybody at this point, though. Yeah, very, very, very nice to have everybody back and to be back as part of this community. Thank you all so much for joining. Check out Mark Lawrence's site again. I'm going to drop that link to anybody who joined late and missed it. This is where all the news happens. The main post will be updated, but here is the one that's specifically for phase 1. I am using the list straight off Mark's site for today so that there's nothing lost in translation anywhere. But thank you all for joining. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys for another episode of SPFBO News soon. Bye, everybody.